Hi! So one of the things that we want to get out of this group study is to be able to enjoy the love that everyone wants. And hopefully with the video from the other day, and the chapters you've been reading and the ones you're going to read, will give you lots of tips on how to do just that, how to improve your relationship communication and understanding. Today, I want to talk about how to improve your relationships, yes, but how to love yourself more. So, back when I was first meeting my husband, he found me interesting. I enjoyed his company without being overly demanding. I was a whole person. During the first years of our marriage, I became a blanket. I draped all of my focus around him. I became worn out, sad, a weight who rarely felt appreciated. You know, both married and single people tend to get up some major hill and we reach a plateau where everything is nice and we start to coast. Only it's the law of nature that if you're coasting, you're going downhill. We become boring, our conversations become futile, our minds lose their flexibility, we get depressed, unmotivated. It affects our relationships and our health. But we can reverse that. We can reverse that starting today. We can even push off the aging process with 4 things. We're going to be creative, actually create something, use the talents God gave you, even if you didn't know they were there. We're going to learn something and express what we've learned. Don't just take it in, but put it out too. And find some kind of exercise that requires balance and timing. So do some exercise, go dancing. Do some exercise that requires balance and timing. So create, learn, express, and exercise with balance and timing. You know, the Proverbs 31 woman had a lot to look at. She wasn't just this isn't just about being a woman. This is for all of us guys too. But the Proverbs 31 person was at home making things for the family and also doing business. She was out in the marketplace making bargains so that she could craft things to sell. She did real estate deals. She had a lot going on in her mind that kept her from being that dull, drained spouse that just sits at home every night. She wasn't overworked or overstressed. Proverbs 31:25 says she's clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. So she could laugh. Back when I stopped being a blanket and started using my mind again, I went to the opposite extreme. I started pouring all of my energy into the bands that I was in and into other projects, and I lost respect for my husband because he wasn't like me. He wasn't driven, and I left him awfully lonely. It was dangerous for our marriage, and we split up twice. But you know, he's always been nice. I mean, like, really pleasant to be around, considerate, nice. For example, when he goes to Quick Trip, he brings me home a little mini Mr. Goodbar because he knows I like him. When I go to bed, even though it's hours before he comes to bed, he tucks me in every night. Oh, I love those times. When he does come to bed, even though I'm already asleep, he brushes his teeth and washes his hands so that he smells nice. Nice is really hard to leave behind. Thankfully, I had some mentors who were praying for us that talked me into trying again. And we got counseling. We learned how to communicate better. And I learned that something he finds special, makes him feel like I'm spending quality time, is when I'm sitting there watching a show with him and I'm not on my phone or distracted. Now, I never thought of TV as quality time, but we started watching And one night, not all the time, but once in a while, and one night we watched Laugh Your Way to a Better Marriage. It was hilarious, but Mark Gungor gave me an epiphany. Where I had disrespected my husband because he was different than me, Mark taught me he's supposed to be different than me. We complement each other. When I stopped disrespecting him and started respecting the ways we were different, I started valuing the things he found important, he began to blossom. I can't describe to you how our relationship has changed, but I am so blessed. God does good work with the willing. If you are in a place now where you feel like all your love is gone, I've felt that before. I really have. If you're in a place where you're struggling and you don't feel appreciated, if you're in a place where you just really would kind of like some love, then would you share those things with us? You don't have to go into more detail than you're comfortable with, but just tell us and we'll pray for you without judgment and with just faithful expectation. Lord, bless my friends. Thank you so much for these people, and motivate and inspire us as we learn to become the people that you've made us to be. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you guys. I'll see you later.